your prerogative, you council.
We've got to open up our eyes to reality.
Well, there's another thing that you can consider as well in a cutback situation is you can give the employee the option of a contract employee. And it doesn't require some of the insurances and things that go with it just to try to keep the employee employed for the city. But those issues right now are a little premature to address.
So, in other words, what I'm trying to tell you is that we have looked at it. We are scaling down as much as we can. And if it takes what you call a big item, we'll do it. But right now we are doing everything we can to eliminate some of this problem. So we are looking at it. Okay. All right. Now, what do y'all want to do about this budget?
We can vote on it as is and make it where it's amendable, whether it be month by month or bi-monthly, make adjustments as needed.
Ms. Jordan?
I can't vote to pass this budget as it is. I mean, I'd like to see it more in line with our income.
Okay.
Well, being an amendable situation, it's not going to really be a set in stone decision if we vote on tonight, so it doesn't matter to me either way. We're going to have to address this issue eventually as things change, so a vote yes is fine with me, a vote no is fine.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying I entertain a vote on the situation.
Ms. Jordan?
I don't think that I could pass it as is because it is deficit financing. We need to have it balanced and work toward that, and I realize that we can make adjustments, but why pass it from the get-go knowing that it's going to be changed? I would like to see the changes. I would like to have the public have some input. I'd like the public to know what's going on, how serious our money situation is, and for them to have some input on it. So I think it would be nice to hold a hearing and let the public speak.
Okay, so basically you got 2 for and 2 against. You have any motion?
I'd like to
Why you gonna kill it?
I'd like to make a motion to accept this budget as is, but amendable on a bi-monthly basis. For some serious consideration, considering what November elections.
On a 5-monthly basis.
Did you get that?
Yes, I did.
Do I have a second?
And bi-monthly means every other month, or?
Yeah, because I mean, you know, you can open this up for a public forum, and I'm not trying to bash anybody, Pam, but a lot of this stuff is not going to change
It's
that
fixed
much.
cost.
You know, talking about electricity, you have phones you can cut back on. You got to have, you know, you got to have a printer in there. You got to have paper. You got somebody to answer the telephone. You got to mail stuff.
Can't help you there.
Well,
Some of these expenses we have no control over.
I
That's a big part of the budget.
I
Okay,
know
you got,
that.
there's not discussion right now. You got a motion on the floor.
I second the motion.
It's been motioned that
We do a bi-monthly up until November when we make
we
it.
do a bi-monthly up until November. Any other question? Question? All in favor? Opposed, say the same. 2 for, 2 against, so I'll break the tie until the budget passes. Let's move on.
It's going to be up to the audits we can do.
Audit, come on, man.
Well,
I mean, I'm sorry. Come on.
but
The last audit we did, okay, let me put it like this here. The guy that did the last audit,
2 months ago, we approved
The housing thing.
Yes, the housing.
you needed a budget for that.
But you said, I thought it was contingent on an audit.
No, it's contingent on a budget.
Okay, my bad.
Okay. But just so you know,
I remember the whole deal about the audit. You don't have to remind me about all that.
and after they got through bashing him, he laughed at me when I asked him would he come back and do another audit. He laughed in my face because of the concern. Wait a minute. What's the new name?
Cave.
Cave people.
What you say? What that means?
Citizens against virtually everything.
We got that from Rick Perry, though. They're not concerned citizens anymore, they're cave people.
That was from Rick Perry.
So, anyway, Steve, Steve, you told me you know somebody who could probably do an audit, right?
I'll contact them and see if they want to.
Yeah, just see if our name is still dirt and mud all up there and tall and all that.
They don't know anybody up here except me.
Right, okay, so.
I don't know.
Audit would be a nice, audit would be a nice thing to do, but it's nothing I'm gonna lose any sleep over.
I was just thinking we had to have an audit to be able to have, I didn't know.
It was a budget. But I would check with Mr., what's his name, Malloy,
Lord.
just to make sure. And here's a good thing about that $2,000 housing thing. It doesn't necessarily have to come from these cities. It can come from the Economic Development Board. It can come from the fire
You're
station.
getting greedy now, dude. I just gave you 20, no.
Oh, no, you ain't got anything yet. We
Yeah,
got bourbon.
Yeah.
No, I got access to their account.
No, you-
All right, so let's move on. Update on street cleanup. That was Lee's baby, so I'll tell you what he think he did and what he didn't do. And for those of you that missed it, we had, no mind, go ahead, I'm sorry.
First of all, I'd like to thank Chris Moore, he's the one that helped me get things lined up. I'd like to thank the paper for publishing the information that was given him concerning that. It went well. Part of the time I was actually out of town, or on my way out of town. We had 4 dumpsters dropped off. I know I personally use it. I hope every citizen had the opportunity to use it. I did receive some phone calls on Friday concerning, I was trying to keep down the cost to the city and on leaving them here during the week. I didn't want them overfilled on the weekend, the city having to pay for additional dumpsters to put them in. So that's why the original date was only from Wednesday to Friday. But I received some calls Friday, and I had asked secretaries to go out and look, see how the dumpsters, how full, how empty they were. And they still had a lot of room left, so that's why we actually carried it through the weekend to give people more of an opportunity, since this was the first time go around, to actually fill them suckers up, so we, we get what we pay for them. And that's part of our contract. All in all, though, I think it went well. Just hope everybody got everything out that they need to, and hopefully we'll have another one again. We're probably going to be next year, because I think we got all we could for this year.
I beg to differ, I think we want to try it one more time this year.
I didn't know, but we'd have to check with them, see how many dumpsters we were allotted for.
Be honest with you, we weren't allotted any. When we did the switch over the contracts, that wasn't part of the contract. They did it out of the goodness of their heart.
Why would that not be part of the contract?
It was part of the original contract, but some kind of way, it didn't get transferred over with,
Change of ownership.
yeah, it didn't get transferred. It was part of the original contract with the first people we were with, G-Man. It was part of that one. But in transferring it over, some kind of way, it didn't come over. So Zach, who's the manager, said he was just going to do it because he liked what we're doing. Plus, we're trying to help him. Well, not trying to help him. We mentioned his name to Mayor Bannon in Frankston, who's they're trying to go to something similar. And I think we can get Frankston at $13 rate too. So I don't think you're going to beat that anywhere. So out of gratitude, he did that. So I think we want to try maybe once more before the turn of the century. Yeah. But I mean, you let me know. Okay. Well, I think it went really well, and I asked them for an additional day, and they left the dumpsters out there, and there was a lot of people dropping off a lot of stuff. So I think it was a good thing. And all the stuff that I wanted to drop off, I didn't get a chance because I didn't have my pickup up. So I'm out to wait on the next time. But I think for the most part, there were some folks that were really happy. So I think it was a positive thing for us community concerned. So I appreciate the work you did on it. All right. Discuss fishing on bridge. Now I'm gonna start. Shut up, John. I'm gonna start this off before Donna and before John, before anybody else. I live on the lake. Well, there's a little street between me and the lake. All I do is walk across the street and fish. My favorite fishing spot is to go right beside Donna's house, on that bridge. You go to the base of that bridge. I've got some 8, 9 foot rods and reels. You can come by there and see them if you want to. Big deep sea reel. And I throw out at a 45-degree angle as far as I can throw. Get about that 4th pillow. and I usually catch a lot of big fish.
To go back towards the bridge, that's four pillar.
Not this way, nut.
I'll tell you, I know when.
But anyway, I love fishing. I would fish off that bridge before I fish across the street from me. However, I'm tired of paying people to go down there and pick up trash behind the trifling people that go down there and dirty it up and mess it up. You know, I'm to the point now where that's really bothering me. You know, I gotta go wake up a drunk just to go pick up trash. He's looking forward to that. It's like he's on payroll now. You know, so I know the pain she feels. She had me down there picking up trash one day. We had this guy and his wife in the little car. His wife, it'd be him, his wife, and his daughter. They pick up all around the bridges every Monday. So if we can't get a grip on these folks littering, I'm against not fishing on the bridges, but I'm not for picking up after them. So that's my 2 cents. I mean, if it's some kind of way we might could give them that bridge all the way down there by Paxton, maybe on the right-hand side, that could be the only bridge you can fish from. I'm saying, if we can, when you get in this discussion, if we can give them something. There are people that come all the way down there from Tyler, I know, who parked by that church, Schwabach, is it Schwabach? They bag into there, and they, Schwabach, okay. Okay, they bag into there just so they can fish. There are people who come from Tyler, the fishing is that good off the bridges. And for those of you who don't know, it's the 13th column. If you got a boat, go to the 13th column, drop down, you'll catch crappie all day long, right, Steve? It's got X on it?
Somebody X'd it.
Yeah. But anyway, I can't throw that far. I tell you, I love fishing off the bridge. So, and I know this discussion is going to be about completely stopping people from fishing off the bridge. And before you say anything else, I talked to Monty Shanks the other night. Monty told me that theoretically we can't stop people from fishing on that bridge because that land still belongs to between him and TxDOT. So I said I'm with you if that's what you want to do, but I'm telling you that's a great place to fish. So now go ahead.
This is my
Shalina got that stuff up there.
right. I've taken a series of pictures. If you wish to turn around and look at the monitor, I have conferred with DPS. The state law does not allow fishing off a bridge. The state maintains. That's the law. It also does not allow parking on a shoulder unless on an emergency basis. What fishing does on this bridge is promote several things that's against the law. One, it creates obstacles of the roadbed for people getting in and out of their vehicle, carrying their fishing gear. I've taken pictures of that as well. That can prove to be a fatal obstacle. Someone could get killed walking on the side of the road with their fishing gear, not paying attention to oncoming traffic. Another thing it creates is a problem of trash. I've got a picture involved in the trashing issue. This is a degrading issue for our community as a whole. It does not help our community and what our lake looks like. There's a particular picture I think will finally come up here, which I took a picture of the trashing issue floating in the water and up on the land itself in the areas where these people come and fish. I know it looks like that we're trying to control every little thing you can see in the corner right there, that trashy issue that's developed there. Now some of that's floating in from boat traffic, I understand, but a lot of that is just people being careless or not even considerate of where they are. And we do have a park here in our city where people could go access the lake. They could pay a small fee for that park in order to maintain it and use the lake's facilities. But bridging fishing does not match the traffic flow, and it doesn't match the type of people that's coming in there to trash our environment. And I'm totally against this situation continuing. I've lived here since 1981. My little road that connects to Highway 155, I have picked up numerous times myself, picked up dirty diapers, condoms, and everything imaginable, besides bait and other sacks of material, and of course the debris field from the drinking. But anyway, with that said, this situation is against state law. The state law does not enforce it because they have other things they have to enforce. There's also state law you cannot carry a pair of wire cutters in your trunk. Now that dates back to cattle rustling days. They don't pull you over and check your trunk for wire cutters. But they also don't pull you over and stop you from fishing because EPS has other things to do. If we create this ordinance for our city, local city enforcement people can take advantage of the situation and clean it up, and it'll stop degrading the environment that we have in our city. And I am totally for this ordinance. Now, the ordinance has been written up. I don't know where a copy of that is. Do you have a copy of that for display?
I don't have his.
No, I'm talking about, I'm sorry, Shalene.
I can tell you,
Other
looking
cities
at
that
here.
have enacted an ordinance.
Yes, all over the country, there are city ordinances. I plagiarized several in order to compile something for our local community. It's a little one-page write-up. But if you watch these pictures, you can see people being totally ignorant of what the traffic's going around them. Their hands are encumbered. They're loaded up with fishing gear. And I mean, one missile and someone's getting killed. And if we're not allowing them to pull them down in there, Donna has achieved success with with the Department of Roads,
Crime
TxDOT,
scene.
Took me 6.5 years.
to
Crime
get
scene.
signs put up just to honor the laws they do have on the books to prevent this from occurring. And now they've stretched tape to get their attention, and now people are actually parking up on the shoulder, which offers themselves to be killed by traffic.
Can
Go-
can I comment on that?
Yes, please.
Okay, when we first moved there, we would go clean that up, time after time after time. Billy brought the tractor from the farm with the brush hog, and we even mowed it. We cleaned it, we mowed them a nice place so they could park and not see, there's a big huge hole where the water runs through, and several people have gotten stuck down in there because they couldn't see it because of high grass. So we would go in there, mow it, and clean it up, thinking, okay, if we keep it clean, they'll keep it clean. Well, it didn't work. I mean, we pulled car bumpers out. 3 days ago, I pulled this big, huge rubber thing up the hill to the trash can, so it picked up, and it was a nasty old tent that somebody had left down there. And it's not that we don't want people down there. It's before we had this TxDOT finally put the signs up for no vehicles, they were pulling down in there and emptying their household trash and stuff. So we just kept trying to get that taken care of. And besides that, I know a lot of people believe that that street leading to our house is a public road, and it's not. I finally got that validated with a letter, and it's on file here, that it is a private drive. And TxDOT told us if we wanted it fixed, we had to fix it ourselves, and now I've got like 15 huge potholes, and we told them we're not spending that kind of money to fix the street if they're not going to make people stay off of it. But anyway, they finally put the signs up, and we picked up the trash 2 days later, and you see what's there. So, I mean, these people, they just don't want to pick up behind themselves. And so many times you can hear them drink their beer and roll that bottle down that concrete into the water. And they just don't care about our community, and that's really what our concern is. I will say, since the cars are being disallowed with the police tape, and the police tape is what it took. They drove past 4 signs that said no motor vehicles. I even followed a guy down there. He got out of his car and he turned around and saw me. I said, curiosity, you drove past 4 signs. Yeah, I saw that. You know, so that didn't work until the police tape came up. But it's just a shame that the people who do pick up, because there's a Hispanic family that would come down in there, and every time they come, you see them before they leave, they would have their little bags, and they were going down in there picking it up, cleaning it up. 2 days later, there it comes again. So, you know, I personally hate to see that it gets shut down totally, because people love to come in there. I just don't understand how they can't get the concept of if you have trash, take it home.
One more comment. I did review a lot of other venues that created these same type of ordinances for their cities. I saw a large range of fines and violation costs specified. I chose the lower end of that scale. I chose a $50 per occurrence scale, or a level of penalty. I saw some as much as $2,000. So I think the $50 will be enough to deter people from doing it. And hopefully at first the police will show a little bit of leniency and just explain to them the situation that they're going to be involved with. They continue to do it, and maybe we'll clear it up without ever having a fine. But the fine's just simply there to offer some sort of deterrent for them to keep doing it, other than just being told they can't.
I saw somebody speak that same thing on our road just 2 weeks ago. In a Suburban, 2 guys come out, I guess you let 2 guys go out, throw their nets or whatever. He rolls down the driver's window, empties his ashtray right there on our road. And I'm like, come on, man.
It's also sometimes they park right on this road where we're pulling out, we can't see the oncoming traffic from the south.
Yeah, their road is front against the bridge, and it's also really dips down, and
We
it's
have elderly
a safety
people.
hazard for people coming out of there, because they're gonna
It
get
really
creamed
is.
from the bridge.
Well, you got the ordinance in front of you. We're not gonna entertain a vote on this tonight. Keep it for a month like you did that other stuff last month. And come back with some ideas, or if you wanna pass this ordinance or whatever. I'm with what makes the city happy. But I still say, I love fishing for that bridge. But, especially over there on Cofy Chitty Road, when I have to pay LD $15, $20 every Monday to go pick up the trash. Well, it's getting a little old.
I don't know if we had a receptacle there.
No, it just
No.
about, well, we used to do that.
They bring your household trash and
They
put it
put
in
their
there?
household trash.
So, I would ask though, that if in fact you wanna, I would ask that it don't be an all or nothing. That you don't cut off every bridge, beside every bridge. Maybe, like I said, maybe if you wanna cut the rest off, maybe down there like, if we were going from here to Frankston, the South Bridge, maybe on the left side, that's a big area right there. I know people used to come down there and camp. Maybe we can just say, this is the only place you can fish from the bridge of Cofy City. I mean, I'd like to see them have at least one venue, one place,
It would be my front door track.
you know.
Would have to drive by.
Could you, but on that, since the vehicles have not been able to go down there, that it has gotten better.
Yeah, sure.
I'm still gonna go and try to like clean that up in that corner down there, but since they're having to walk a little bit further, and on the other side of the bridge, that is actually, has the stone for them to go in there.
And you
It's-
can't sit with that.
And it's behind the hill, but the
Cross
only
street from
deal,
y'all?
yeah.
See, and that's what they're gonna do. They gotta go on this side up here by the rental agency,
Yeah,
and then they're gonna go up under the bridge and come right back around
Yeah.
the side. But see, and what you're saying makes so much sense, because it's hard enough carrying your little fishing gear down
Right.
there. And then trying to walk up under the bridge with a whole bunch of trash and stuff, it ain't gonna happen.
right,
So they'll be on your side with bare minimum, so
right.
maybe it's a good thing.
And it has gotten better, since they can't drive down in there and just toss it out.
Exactly.
But another deal on that, before we really tried to pursue it, I watched this woman unload her van, and I went down there and picked it up, and her name was on the stuff, and I took it to the sheriff's department. He said that I couldn't do anything about it because I could have planted it.
Yeah. It's like the guy used to dumpster dive across the bridge, but that's another story. So, do we want to look at this for a month?
But we can't vote on it tonight.
No, you can't.
I'll take that into consideration this month.
Okay, so I'll put this on the agenda for next month, and then we'll decide what we're, by that time, I will get a hold to, what's his name? Monty Shanks again, because he did tell me that,
Let's text them.
that's his land and TxDOT's land.
But when I talked to TxDOT, Jeffrey said that he did not know personally, so he gave me information and a contact number in Austin for the legal department for TxDOT.
Okay.
And I inquired from them, and then 2 days later, they called me back, and they said, if it's in the city limits of Cofy City, you can pass an ordinance to stop vehicles, stop the fishing, but you can't keep them out physically. They have the right to walk down in there, watch the sunset, watch the ducks or whatever, and take pictures. But fishing you can stop, and the vehicles you can stop. So I got that from Austin.
Give me a name,
Sure will.
and we'll pursue it. Like I said, I hate to see people lose that, but it's for what's best for the city, so, you know, I'll just walk across the street and fish off my neighbor's pier for me. Or go across the water, fish at Abishon's boathouse in my Bruce.
Thank you, Shalene.
Okay, does that do it for that? All right, so we'll discuss this next meeting. Judge,
Yes, you ready with your report? yes, sir. We had 46 new cases filed, disposed of 44, had 5 driving safety, 2 out of deferred, 3 cases appealed, 46 warrants issued, And I don't know if y'all are interested, but I had an officer come in and work a couple of hours. And we cleared 59 warrants. We didn't collect on all of them. Some of them laid them out. Some of them set up payment plans. But we did get something done on 59 warrants. And collected $15,566.
You collected 15,000?
$15,566.
And how much of that came to the city?
9,639, but that includes your technology and your courthouse security.
But that can't be budgeted, folks. Don't get it twisted. It cannot be budgeted.
About 7,600 stays within the city.
Thank you, Judge. And that was just for working on the warrants just for a few hours?
Yes, sir.
We got warrants in that book
I
that
had,
are older than some of the people in here.
the oldest one I had collected was in 1999.
Wow.
You know, and it's not the judge's fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's something people just never really paid any attention to. But if you notice, she turned $15,000 in a couple of hours. That's something we probably do need to pay attention to. That's another source.
I get the budget.
Well, but
Can you volunteer to help?
I think, well, I guess we are going
Send a posse.
Well,
I don't know how all that works exactly.
I'm not gonna go there.
And just so y'all know, this officer, all he did was sit on the phone and call people. He didn't go out.
And it's lucky we got him to do it because the only reason he did it is because the police truck broke down. It needed a water pump, so he needed something to do. Hey, okay, go do warrants. And that's how that happened. It was a water pump, right? Yeah. So, anyway, all is well. All right, the next one. Fire report. You know it has to be something very serious for the fire department, for our fire chief not to be here. He has an impacted tooth. It's killing him. We were riding around yesterday, and I was playing doctor to him because between him and Shalene and Angela, they've been playing doctor to me all last week. I think Ron is the only person that knows me limping last week. I've not been really well. But anyway, so we were working on him yesterday. We went and got him some oral gel and some other stuff. And he came out of the dollar store smiling. I hadn't heard from him since. But the biggest update that I want to say, correct me, Mr. Newspaper Man, if I'm wrong, we've opened up ourselves for bids once again for those items in the community center individually. We had them as a package deal. Well, some of your cave people decided to write Bill Hobby and some other people, and so they said we had to do it individually. So we couldn't do it collectively. So now we're in the process of accepting bids for the air conditioner, heating and air conditioning, HVAC, or whatever you call it, air conditioning heating system, and a separate bid for the showers. I'm sorry, the bathroom and showers. So that's where we're at now. Okay, this is what he would tell you if he was here. We've got to run it for 2 weeks, right, Mr. Newspaper Man?
Sir.
2 weeks. This is the first week? No, last week was the first week.
Last week first.
This will be the second week. Then they'll come in here with some sealed bids, and we'll go from there. Due to the lengthy process that it's taking just to get this thing off the ground, I have inquired about an extension. Well, the vibes that I'm getting from them, and it's just me, is that an extension is going to be pretty hard to get, even though we're going through all of this because of certain entities. We're going through all of this that's throwing us behind schedule. So I've talked to a couple of engineers that have put in their bids, and they seem to think once we get to go, this is June, July, August, September. That's all we got. That they could probably get it done within 6 weeks, and that's going to be cutting it short. So versus really can't say what I want to say, how I want to say it, but versus me asking for an extension, I think we'll just get those bids in and then put our head down and go to work and get it done and through with, because anybody that don't understand the way things are going, they got a mental problem anyway. You know, but right now, that's where we are with the community center. This is our last week, and I think the following week they'll come in, we'll do the seal bids. We'll open up the bids and see who bids what. And matter of fact, I know for a fact, and I'm not going to call his name nor his organization because I don't want to hear about it on their website. But the same guy that did that told me 47.5 for to do the heating, the air conditioner, and the bathroom and shower. The same guy has placed a bid. So they're going to have to beat him. Who knows, it might come out a little bit cheaper. So he did place a bid. So once we get all that out, we'll be good to go. For any of you that are interested, tomorrow at 3 o'clock, I have a meeting with the engineer, the administration, and everybody else who's involved in this building. And it ain't going to be nothing nice. If for any of you citizens who would like to come, it's at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Catherine Durant from Grant Works will be here. Jeremy from Shallock and Polks.
Schauberg and Polk.
I got close.
Yeah, you were close.
He's the engineer. He'll be here tomorrow. Todd from TCMC.
Is Todd coming? I didn't know if Todd.
He's the one who wants the money.
Yeah.
He'll probably be here. And if I can, I'll try to get old Bill here. We made a change to the contract.